I believe that the fires we're cast upon are the flames we shall become. I believe in a common calling where our temples pray as one. I believe in the word of wonder and a kingdom for the saved.
Larry Pollock here with Luke Carroll and Leo Mayrhofer. Today we've got a bunch of exciting topics to discuss. We're going to talk about some Olympia predictions. I know we're 6 weeks out, and reasoning is Samson Dauda just did a recent guest posing, and we're going to critique his physique and where we see him standing right now as far as retaining his title. Then we're going to get into the new point system that's being instituted for Olympia qualifications in the IFBB, which Leo had a hand in, and we'll discuss that. And then we're going to go over some of the newest peptides on the market that are pretty popular, the retatrutide and the SLUP dash, I forget all the other numbers, but
332.
332. So let's start with Samson Dauda, 6 weeks out, just did a recent guest posing, and let's play the thing, and then we'll critique it.
Yes, sir.
Send it.
You tell me when you see it.
Here we go.
All right. I can see it.
His midsection is better already, and his bicep are already more separated. Maybe he just didn't pump up. I don't know. And if you see, like here, he poses the front lat so much better. He used to pose it in a way. He still does it a little bit, but the elbows were so high that he totally like had no more shoulder cap. And now he does, and you see the lats still because there's some gap in between here. You know what I mean? Like sometimes the arms are so big that there's no, you can't see what's lat and what's arm. So this is perfect.
Man, what a freak. His structure is just amazing.
This muscle discord guy said, "Oh, is he downsized?" Like even
he's
if
bigger. I think he's bigger. Look at him.
Yeah, I don't know. I let the guy talk. He always talks shit.
Yeah. He's just the next Louis Marco and the next freaking Jason Blaha and the next.
Yeah, and if he keeps going like that, no one will get on this podcast anymore.
Yeah.
That's very clever.
Well, when I saw this, my first thought was, wow, he looks a lot better.
Yeah, me too.
Like his conditioning is on another level at 6 weeks out than I think it even ever has been.
Yeah. Yeah. I felt his conditioning was a little bit off at the Olympia. I mean, me and Larry were there in person, and he just seemed to have a little bit just not that tightness. It seemed like maybe a little water or something last year. I mean, it was enough with his structure and his commanding size to get the O, but I mean, I would really like to see him just bring it in and just nail it where it's like, uncontested.
Well, last year, I think the only reason he won was because Derek and Hadi were both off. And he was not, and he was his best as he's been, but he's never super conditioned. And
I saw a lot of people online saying, like, praising him like crazy, and I was like, I mean, he was great, but he wasn't like, he wasn't like shredded. He wasn't, I just saw a weakness in what his conditioning was.
For me,
he wasn't at 100%. Yeah.
For me, if you're going to win the Olympia, you need to be 100 shredded.
Well, you just got to beat the rest of the guys. But I mean, I just felt like, he's not going to go down as like one of the best Mr. Olympias with that performance. It's kind of like he slid in like a big Ram. He kind of slid in when nobody was on, or like a Brandon slid in when nobody was kind of like really on. Not like a commanding like Phil Heath or Jay Cutler or one of those.
Yeah.
Well, again,
but But for 7 weeks out, because I actually was 7 weeks out, I think. The conditioning for him,
It's
I think he
phenomenal.
was never in as good of a condition 7 weeks out. So
Yeah,
if he doesn't totally mess up now,
yeah, he's phenomenal.
I'm thinking he's going to come better than last year.
Is he gonna do another show like 2 weeks out like he did?
No, I don't think so. And his midsection is in, and his back, his midsection is in, and his poses are like he poses better.
Yeah.
So if he is better than last year, conditioning wise, and he's performing like that, I don't see anyone beating him. Even if he's better than last year, even
Yeah.
if Derek is 100%,
Yeah.
like at the Arnold's, he can't beat
That's-
him. Derek can only beat him if he's a little off.
That's an interesting thing that we saw at the Arnold, because Samson won the Olympia and then lost to Derek at the Arnold. And I don't know if that's ever happened before. So now they're kind of 1-1 at the O. I mean, a lot of people are really putting a lot of credit into Samson because he's the reigning Mr. O, but he got beat after the O. So I mean, he does have vulnerability if he's not conditioned the way he needs to be. He does have vulnerability, but I think he's looking stellar right now, in my opinion, for 7 weeks out. As long as he just keeps riding in this conditioning, getting tighter and tighter, I think he could really be something amazing because his structure is so phenomenal, and his muscle bellies are so big, and he's a tall guy. Typically, tall guys don't have like that proportional body structure, so he's like a tall, commanding Mr. Olympia.
So here's the question. Do you think he gave up some size to gain this conditioning?
I don't think so. He looks as big as maybe bigger than he ever did to me. I don't know what his size is, but I don't know what his weight is, but he looks like insane to me right now.
I mean, to me, he looked the best ever, but he's by himself. The question is, when he stands next to Nick and the rest of the guys, is he going to traditionally, I mean, he's had the structure and size over everybody else. Now, is he going to give up some of that size?
Nick's going to be a wild card this time. I mean, I know you're asking about Samson, but I think Nick's going to be a wild card because he came in so good at, Pittsburgh and New York, and he definitely pushed Derek. So Nick hasn't been back to the Olympia since 2021, 2022? 2022.
He missed 2 years. So he missed 24 and 23. So it's 22 last time he was in it.
Yeah. So, I mean, Nick's going to be an interesting – and we should maybe touch on Nick. His last photos that he posted online, set the internet on fire. He looks so big.
You want to pull up
Yeah,
I think he's close to 290 or something, and he's getting pretty lean. I mean, Nick doesn't have the structure that Samson has, because Nick's 5'7", but he's the same weight as Samson, but 7 inches shorter.
I don't know which picture you're talking about. We'll see.
The one where he's I think he's doing a front double on his. It's pretty recent.
His midsection doesn't look good on that one.
Yeah, his midsection is not super tight, but he just looks enormous.
Yeah. You see it?
Yeah. I mean, he's just gigantic. It was zoomed up a little too high.
No, that wasn't. I wanted to see what these dots are.
Oh,
someone asked if that was a third nipple. I think it's a zit.
Maybe it's a zit. I think it's acne.
Probably just a zit. Yeah. He's huge. The question is for Nick really can he pull his midsection in? Because that made him lose Pittsburgh. Apparently, that's what they say. So if he can't do that, if he can't just somehow. I don't know.
He's with
the GH 8 weeks out. I don't know.
He's with a new coach.
Really?
Kyle. Well, not new coach. He's not with the guy he was with when he backed out of those 2 Olympias. So I think
that was Matt Jansen.
Yeah, I think Matt I think he got genetic guys that were freaks, and I mean, I don't necessarily know why they're with him. I know I've heard
Look at that one picture where he's just standing there. Scroll down. That one to the Yes.
Yeah, he's gigantic.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But what I'm getting at with Kyle coaching him is they'll probably take notice of stuff like that, and Kyle's going to bring in tell him like, we need to practice this. We need to, not have maybe a bunch of food in there. Maybe they're working on doing, vacuums on keeping his waist tighter where he's like paying attention to it. Because Nick's smart. I mean, he knows how to like maximize his qualities on stage for sure. So, but I mean, I think that with Nick, it's going to have to be he's at 100%, and the other guys are going to have to be a little bit like how Samson was when he won it last year. I think him being everyone being a little bit off. I think Nick could slide in there if Nick's like peeled out of his mind, and
So here's the question: Samson comes in better condition than before.
Samson wins. Samson will win.
But he's downsized.
I don't think it matters. He's got so much size and structure. Even if he is just, I couldn't see him being downsized very much. I mean, that video we just watched, he looks full and bubbly, and his legs look enormous. So I don't think that. I think these people saying he's downsized are just talking shit.
Well,
yeah, I don't care. Like, I think he could even downsize and win.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, like he gets like 330 in the off season. So if he downsizes to what, like 320, 315, and starting at 315 starting prep, he
won't have a problem with the size.
So who do you think is his biggest challenge? Given
himself,
probably
getting in shape. That's his biggest challenge.
I mean, probably Derek. Because Derek beat him at the Arnold is probably the most in his head, but
Derek and Hadi can,
Hadi, Derek, and then I mean honestly, a kind of a dark horse if he could put it together is Andrew. I mean Andrew could stand next to head with him because Andrew's huge, probably a little bit better structure. I mean if Andrew puts it together and comes in tighter, and maybe like we said, downsizes slightly and actually doesn't just chase the fullness and size, Andrew could be a real threat for the Olympia.
I think Andrew's still missing a little bit on the backside as far as like hamstrings and back thickness compared to Samson.
Yeah, but I think front poses he's more like, I don't love Samson's vacuum because he kind of has like a round vacuum. When Andrew does that front double, he just tapers in so much to his waist. So I think that what he loses on maybe a back pose or two, he could probably make up on his front poses.
I'm going to share the screen.
Okay.
I'm waiting for you to put it up. There it is.
Yeah, I think that if Andrew is peeled out, he could definitely push. Like look at this picture right here. Like his back does give up a little, but he's a lot softer in his lower body. Like look how much softer he is than. But look how much better.
Those are old ones.
Yeah, Andrew's front double. Like they're both, extreme structure guys, but Andrew just definitely has the that wow pop on his posing sucks on that one.
Yeah, it's bad. But he's actually like upper body wise almost a little bigger and wider than
Samson. Yeah. I think he might be a little bit taller.
Look at the shoulder too.
Yeah.
Look at this shoulder and look at this shoulder. It's way bigger.
That's what I'm saying. Like even if he gives up maybe the back poses because of thickness in his upper back and lats, I think that he could make up for by just winning the other poses. If he wins 6 of the other poses but loses 2, then he beats Samson by a long ways.
He just needs to be in shape because then it looks all.
But that's what I said. If who's Samson's biggest threat is Andrew. If Andrew puts it together, personally, my feelings on it.
Yeah, but since that is not very likely,
we haven't seen.
The biggest threat are Derek and
Derek and Hadi for sure.
Derek not nailing it again, I think he's going to be definitely better than Pittsburgh. I don't know if he can replicate the Arnolds, but I'm sure he's going to be better than Pittsburgh. Hadi is going to be shredded. We just still don't know if he's going to be able to come, right?
Yeah. Oh, is that still in the air?
I think so.
Okay.
I thought he was approved.
I've not heard about it.
So, they're acting like he's coming. So I haven't heard anything different.
I asked the AI.
Rubio Mascara got approved, but he's not coming from there.
Yeah. What about Belarus? Same thing.
Not. I haven't heard anything yet. They're like still working on it.
Mm-hmm.
So what does Grok say? No definite up-to-date information with Hadi Choopan so far. So yep, that's what Grok says.
That would be a travesty if he doesn't make it. That would leave a big gaping hole wide open in the top 4, top 5.
Yeah, I don't know. Because he's been coming all these years, and he's still got the thing going on with Evogen. I think he's got a better chance.
Yeah, I think that's what I was thinking. Why I thought he was kind of a lock because he's gotten in the last, 5 years, 6 years.
Yeah, but the Iran situation is
a lot hotter than it was in the past.
Yeah, that's the issue. Yeah, who else? I mean, Good Vito could be a wild card. I thought Brandao, but he just pulled out.
I think Good Vito's too short. I think he's like 5'6". He's got great structure, but I don't think he's like a big enough commanding guy. I mean, I guess
I thought he was bigger than. Wait, let me.
I thought he was a short guy. I thought he was like a 5'6" or 5'7" guy.
Yeah, he's the same height as Martin.
Nah, I think he was taller than Martin. A little.
When they competed against each other, they looked about the same.
Where did they compete against each other?
Detroit.
Martin beat him last year at like Toronto or something.
Detroit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Vito had to pull out. What was that show he pulled out of? Was it Pittsburgh or?
Yeah, Pittsburgh.
Because he had
some injury or so.
He had a hamstring injury.
No, lats, I think.
Oh, lat injury.
Yeah, they're almost the same height, very close. Maybe an inch.
I mean, I guess maybe I'm saying because we have 3 guys in the top 5 that are 5'7", Martin, Nick, and Hadi, and Derek. 4 guys that are around that 5'7" mark. So I guess it is possible. So.
Yeah, and Martin has to be shredded, and he looks bigger. So if he gets in the condition from last year, which that was the only show he ever came in that condition, then he's going to be very dangerous. Very dangerous.
Him and Brett are looking good, man. Brett too. Brett's going to be in the mix as well.
Yeah, maybe top 10-ish.
Yeah,
I don't see from the structure
that's what
he's good, but he's not like. Yeah.
I'm not sure what's going on with Martin. He nailed it for last year's Olympia, and then at all the shows after that, he seemed not just watery.
Yeah, I don't know. He has
Ask
the greatest coach on earth, so we don't know.
Ask Boss of Outlaw. I mean, we're going to see if Boss of Outlaw can perform because he's got like Clarita. He's got, like a lot of these guys are flocked to him after the Olympia last year.
Well,
it's
now
Bonac.
Bonac
is someone you don't even have to coach him.
Well, Andrew Jack's with
what
him
he
now.
wants anyways. This is like if I can coach Bonac.
Man, everybody, it's hilarious. Remember when Patrick Tour came on the scene? I think he had like Ian or somebody, and then Ian won like a show, and then every coach or every freaking bodybuilder under the sun flocked to Tour.
Well, I believe Andrew's with him now, isn't he?
That would be great, but that would be insane because
have like
Tour is like you have your diet plan, and you don't ever cheat, and I don't ever give you a cheat day, and you eat to the gram what I say. Otherwise, I don't want to deal with you. But he's like, you don't do what I say. Goodbye.
No, I was just getting at like if a new coach makes like a one good athlete,
Yeah.
it's like every single person flocks to them the next day.
Yeah.
Well, isn't Andrew Jack now with
I don't know.
Boss of Outlaw?
No idea. Would he have that in his Instagram?
Remember, he came out. He was going to go work with Chris Lewis, and then he went back to Florida.
No, he was never going to work with Chris Lewis. He was just going to stay there because he has family there. And it was not. He wouldn't even have trained at Chris Lewis's gym. He would have trained at Zoo Culture. He's more north. But yeah, he decided to train with this Brazilian guy, Fabio or something like that, Fabrizio. Okay, let me see. He just has BSN supplements and dark sport, and I don't see any. Nah, I don't see anything with any coach or anything picture wise.
Well, he was training with Martin over there in Florida.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
Martin,
this Brazilian trainer is there.
Oh, he's at the same place?
I guess, yeah. Like they're all in Tampa, aren't they?
I guess it was just assumed because he was with Martin that maybe he was training with Boss of Outlaw as well.
I mean, Martin tries almost to get everyone to Stefan, so it's an option.
Martin and Brett moved to Houston, I think.
Yeah.
They're not in Florida no more.
Oh, right. They're in Houston. Right. Yes. He told me. And Terrence Ruffin is just built this gym in Houston. Yeah, it's funny. Like no one was in Houston for a long time. Now we have a few.
Yeah. Lee Labrada was a visionary when he built Labrada Nutrition there, and he started bringing all the players.
Well, you had way before that was Metroflex. Well, before not before Labrada, but I think Metroflex is what kind of put Texas on the map with Ronnie Coleman and Branch Warren.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that Lee was probably the first bodybuilder in Houston to do anything, and then now it's like a kind of almost the hot spot. Like there's like a ton of amazing gyms. I mean, the Labrada gym looks like Brett and Martin are making a gym. Like you said, I think there's Roman Empire. There's Texas Republic or something like that. There's like every gym is just like insane there.
Not bad, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just like the rent is cheap and you can just get a ton of bang for your buck on overhead on building out shit like that. And
well, my friend has the Underground Performance Gym in Waco, Texas, and he's got. I want to say his gym is. It's at least 50,000 square feet, and his rent is like $10,000 a month for that.
Yeah,
and he doesn't have enough equipment to fill it up. It's like half the gym is equipment, the other half is just like a big area where they do strongman shit because it's just too much room.
Yeah.
But for like 50,000 square feet, it's 10,000 a month, something like that. And I mean, you can't get that anywhere.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think just probably the price is the biggest draw because everywhere else is, real estate's too expensive.
Oh yeah, I mean, like where we're at, it's $2 to $3 a foot on average.
Yeah.
So no one could afford a 50,000 foot gym unless you're, I don't know, one of these 24-hour fitnesses or something like this.
Yeah, you'd have to have 10,000 members.
Yeah. All right, so let's go on to this point system thing that they just came out with. And this is something that's been talked about all year because of basically just too many competitors at the Olympia, making the whole thing just too expensive and too long. So the IFBB just instituted a new point system, and I think that Leo actually contributed to that because he suggested the whole thing on a podcast with Bob Ciccarello, And almost so that exactly what Leo said is what they ended up doing.
Well, they just started
Yeah,
having too many freaking athletes in the show.
Go share it. I'm sharing.
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay. So the only thing that they added is Romania Muscle Fest. So that's a fifth tier one show. They probably just added that to have one in Europe, I guess. That is, for the Europeans to have a show that is a direct qualifier. Because otherwise every show would have been outside Europe, and like 3 times USA and 1 time Dubai. So I think that's not a bad idea. I think maybe, what do you think about just 4 points per second? Like 10 and then 4. So you need like 3 times second or twice second and 1/3 to be as good as a win. Okay. But yeah, the only thing I was like, and I said, yeah, 15 or whatever number they want. So I said top 15 of the points, or however many they want to get in, and now they're doing top 25. I mean, personally, I like that better. I think 30 guys is good. And
I feel like that's just too many for the Olympia because like it just gets to be monotonous where you're just like, these guys aren't even going to place. Like these guys.
yeah, but you also have to consider that they want the athletes to compete. And we have so many classic athletes, and when you just allow, you have so many shows, and then you just allow like 23-ish or something, if just the top 15 get in, then it could happen that people are discouraged. They're like, I'm not gonna do shit anyways. It's like top 15 is too tough. It's just I don't know. I guess that's what they thought. They didn't want to make it, and they were like, let's rather take a little too many. We can still cut it down next year. Than have too few, and
I mean, personally, I kind of hope they do a little bit. I mean, I guess that they only let like the top 10 or something do their posing routines. So that
that anyways, I think So for the finals, they probably just let the top 10 go.
Yeah. I'm actually still a little bit surprised that they do prejudging at the expo.
I think it's awesome.
I mean, I guess everyone gets to watch it, but it just seems like it's, I don't know. It just seems like it's equivalent on people being excited about it as open bodybuilding at this point. And now open bodybuilding is always a 2-day show. So
the thing is, I'm like personally for classic, I rather would compete at the expo than at the big stage.
Really?
I think everyone else would say the opposite, but like
I guess you get to see more of
there's so many people will see it, and all the fans will see it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's pretty cool, and I think the crowd is way more engaged and way louder than the crowd at the night show. They're pretty quiet. They're not crazy enthusiastic.
Well, also like if you're watching at the night show at the amphitheater, you got to pay like $900 to do that. If you're just going to the Olympia as like a 22-year-old kid and you're like, oh yeah, I'm just going to go to the expo, like you just got to pay $22 and you can stand in the back and you can see Ramon and all those guys competing live in person instead of having to pay $900 to see them.
And I also like that, if you're a competitor and you get off stage, like you just did it, you get off stage, you have to walk over the expo. So people can actually then, after they're done, they can wait for you and you can be there for whoever was there for you, and if I compete at the night show and my family's there or something, or even more people that want to see me, you can't just chill on, it's
true. I guess that is true. The expo
points.
does have its benefits for sure.
As long as they make the stage well and they kind of manage that, I don't know if they can manage it because the fat pillars are in the way of the view sometimes for a lot of people.
The only thing was because I think Blair and I went last year, and I was watching like wellness, and I was waiting for classic to come on, and it just was like so long. Like it was just like the routines for wellness and bikini and stuff were just like they just drug out so long, and I was like, oh, I'm exhausted just watching like girls that aren't even going to get a placing. So I mean, like I get what you're saying. They want to like give them hope that they're going to be just stepping on the stage, but it's also like it really kind of makes it a tough show to watch just because it's
I think on the point system thing
class.
that they just did, they really cut down on the number of competitors in those other divisions.
Yeah.
Well, if you look at that chart again, they cut down drastically.
30's a lot. Was it 30 people they were going to have?
Yeah, it's going to be the top 25 on the list.
Yeah.
And then it's going to be the top 3 Olympians.
Like just imagine 30 bikini girls come out, turn around, face the front,
and then five.
But how many was there before?
I don't know.
56, 60.
Okay, so they cut it down. Okay,
there was like double.
Yeah.
Bikini this year might be like 70 more.
Jeez.
70 or more. Yeah, and the thing is, what can also happen, and Mr. Olympia does the Arnolds, so that's one less.
What do you mean?
You know what I mean? We have the winners of the 5 top like tier 1 shows.
Placing, yeah.
But some like one of the top 3 guys of the Olympia can also win one of the top shows.
Mm-hmm.
They're just one person.
Well, we just had that happen twice with Derek and
Samson. So that's one less competitor.
Yeah.
If someone of the top 3 Olympians wins one of the top 5 shows, that's one competitor less because they can't go twice.
True, but is it 25 people in the open bodybuilding?
So maximum it would be. I haven't even looked at open, but maximum it would be 25, 5, 3.
So 20,
unless
33.
We will have at some point so many Mr. Olympias that are already like automatically qualified from last year.
Yeah.
That Breon will be, if he doesn't get 3rd, he would be in addition because I don't know
lifetime.
He gets lifetime. But yeah, we don't have that many classic physique Mr. Olympia as well. I mean, men's physique, we always have Jeremy, who is not very likely. Just be honest. Like I love him and he looks great, but it's not very likely he's going to get top 3. Yeah. So that would be an extra.
The sport has just advanced so far since when he was competing.
I mean, he looks nuts. But I think he has just a different physique than what they're looking for. He just has like a 4-pack, and I think they just want a perfect 6.
Yeah.
I think they want a different structure, and they loved his structure back then. But yeah, I can be wrong. But
the sport advances. I mean, look at how bikini started, and look at how some of those classes started, and now what they're at now. I mean, like Dana Lynn Bailey would get laughed off the stage in today's sport.
I mean, I could win the first Mr. Olympia in 2016 in classic.
Yeah, but it just changes. That's another interesting thing is like, I know that the IFBB wants to kind of like drive the sport in some ways, but if an athlete comes in that is just so commanding and they bring in like a look, then I think that look will start to kind of like sway the look that they start to bring, like if when Chris came in, he was so much kind of like a different look than Breon or Danny. And so he kind of like swayed, I think, the direction of the class to kind of be more, maybe a little more peeled. I mean, you can see it with like the shorts when they started bringing the shorts higher and higher. That's like another example of it.
I think the whole thing is going to another level right now because we're now just seeing like all these brand new people coming in that are like looking freaky.
Yeah.
All of a sudden you have these brand new people that could possibly win right out of the gate. People you never heard of, or they've been around for a year or so, and all of a sudden,
they're on the scene.
Yeah, they're on the scene, and not only on the scene, but they're threats.
Yeah, that happened in wellness. That girl, that Eduarda girl, she was like, kind of just came on the scene one year, and then she was like at the Olympia. I think she got 3rd like the first year.
Well, even in the open bodybuilding, I mean, all of a sudden you got Joe Palacio and Jordan Hutchinson, and these guys are just coming out of the woodworks, and they can be dangerous even on the Olympia stage. Not for top 5, but for definitely a top 10 spot.
Yeah, I agree. And do you think like Earth coming to open is going to lead to more classic guys switching?
I think it could. If guys are having a hard time making weight, I think it could.
I think Chris Bumstead, when he first did that, really everybody thought like that he was going to look too small in the open, but he didn't. And like technically, he could have easily beaten Martin, and no one would have complained about it. As a matter of fact, I think most people thought he was going to beat Martin. And
I think Steve even told me that he had him winning. I think the other judges did not have him winning, but I think Steve had him winning. That's also why he was in the middle for so long.
I had him winning. Going into it, I thought he's going to just be outsized by Martin, and it wasn't even going to be a competition. But when he actually got on stage next to him, I'm like, wow, he's actually holding his own with Martin in the size department, and in everywhere else, he's beating Martin in conditioning and just structure and everything else. So because he was able to do that and make such an impact, people realized, well, these guys can compete in the open. And he didn't even get that much bigger. He added 7 pounds from his Olympia competition.
I thought it was 10. I thought it was 10, but yeah.
Well, even 10 pounds? That's not like Urs is coming in like 30 pounds bigger?
Yeah, 30 pounds.
But he had a whole off season.
No, I know. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
The fact that Urs is coming in 30 pounds bigger,
they can stand,
and he's still having that freaky conditioning right now.
Well, let's
even with 30 pounds bigger, he's got that freaky conditioning. He's got striations in his quads.
Let's move into talking about that. I guess Italy is this weekend, right? Is it tomorrow?
Dude,
or is it?
It's the craziest show. I mean, we talked about it last time already.
Yeah.
Because there's so many guys that can win it, and there's so many good guys.
Yeah.
And they're all so close that it's like, who's better on that day? It's not like Andrew Jack is in there and he can come at 85% and smoke everyone. Yeah. They're so close that, like, if you predict this right, it's just luck. Like, let's be honest. But we didn't talk about Theo Laguerriere last time. We totally didn't have him on our radar. And he's someone who already was at the Olympia. And I think he might even be the only one in that whole lineup. And Theo is very complete. Like, by himself, he doesn't look that crazy, but it's a super complete athlete.
Theo's a great poser.
Yeah, I saw him at the Cali Pro.
Yeah, 2 years ago or last
in San Diego. It was in San Diego, and that was the show where Joe Palacios won the amateur overall.
Was that like 2022?
Yeah, I think it was 2022 exactly.
Yeah,
I don't think I know.
Yeah, I think he won it. No, and then he didn't place good the year after that. Yeah, but that's one of the best posing routines I ever saw. I think he was. I can't remember the song, but it was like one of the best posing routines I've ever seen in person.
The hook.
What the fuck was that?
Probably some joke or something.
I'm looking.
He looks short.
He's not short though.
No,
he's like average.
He looks a little short. I think he's like 5'10" or 5'9".
Well, then he's really huge for that because he looks short because he's so big.
Yeah.
Sergio's been on the Olympia stage before.
Right. 2017.
Guys. Or Amir made it to the Olympia, didn't he? Or am I?
Nope.
No.
Okay, he only shows us side chests. Okay, there we go. I mean, this is 3 weeks out or something. That looks good for three weeks out. He could pose it better. to be honest. Yeah, but he's pretty good. He's pretty symmetrical. And he really shines like way more when he stands next to other people.
Do you think there's going to be a little bit of nepotism because he's Italian? Isn't he Italian?
No, he's French.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a couple Italian guys though.
There's a lot of Italian guys, but no one's actually good, I think, of the Italian guys, if I'm not wrong. Maybe I'm sorry for the Italian guys if someone's good at them, but I haven't heard of any.
There was a
Italian
video
guys.
you just posted of Urs posing. Was that recent?
I posted? No, I didn't.
I thought I saw you put something up there with him going through a
I did.
posing machine.
No,
Or maybe you shared it.
no.
I just saw a video of him posing, like, and his quads were like big and striated.
Wasn't for me.
You
I
have
saw
it-
his latest update, but I didn't share it, and I don't know where you saw it. Like, maybe you saw something from Pittsburgh last year or so.
Maybe it was from before.
Oh, I know what you might have seen. Maybe you saw that. I know what you saw. You saw the posing video where he was in New Jersey with Guy Cisternino on Branch 1.
Yes.
There was a little, he was like 108 kilos or something.
Mhm.
So, but that was, I think, last year. But he just rebounded and he had no fat put on, and that looked amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might have had, let me see. Yeah, I'll pull it up. It wasn't a reel. Yeah. So you're not wrong. Yeah, here, let me.
Uh-oh, we lost Leo.
Did he knock himself out?
I think he might have exited the cast. He'll be back.
Here.
Damn, this button is really unfriendly. It's a leave the studio button, and it doesn't even ask. Like, you click on it, you're out. It's not like are you sure or something. You know, if I share something, I get 3 more questions. But if I want to leave, I'm out. Okay. There we go. See it?
It's coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Blah blah blah. This one here.
That.
Yeah.
When was this?
And that was
last year.
April or so. Yeah. Or May.
Has Stefan done any new updates? Did you
No,
see
they
it?
don't show anything of him. No.
Hmm.
He sent me his last check-in, but he told me to don't show it to no one. He said only his posing coach and me seen it. So, yeah, but he looks bigger, and his arms look bigger actually.
Right.
I think he looks like a better version of Hutchinson, like a better Hutchinson.
Really?
Yeah, same weakness, same strength, just and better. Like he has more separation than Hutchinson.
Yeah.
You know, Hutchinson is detailed, but if he does the most muscular, if he flexes or not, looks the same.
Mm.
You know, like he does a side chest, I can't tell if he flexes his arm or not.
Because he's so lean? Or
No,
just doesn't
because
have
nothing
separation?
happens.
Oh,
It's just the same. You know, some people they do a front double and it's like now flex,
that is.
and it's the same.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that the front double looks bad, but just nothing happens.
Yeah, I got
Yeah,
it.
he doesn't have those expanding muscles, and
Yeah.
I'm not sure what it is, but like some people, they have some quality to their muscles when they pose. They just look way bigger.
Yeah.
Like Derek. The first time I saw Derek pose right after he won the USA, he was posing right after the show with Sean Ray in the back parking lot. They were taking pictures. And I remember when he hit his front double, his latch just was like a cobra. Like he was standing there and he looked okay, but he didn't look like anything special. And then he hit that front double and it just like expanded out dramatically. And a lot of people, when they pose, like they don't have that change. And I'm not sure what that. I don't know if that's a genetic thing or if it's the way they're training, but it's something different quality than the muscles.
It could be, not saying that that's the case with Jordan, but it could be two things. It could be sight enhancement, and it could be crazy pump. And I think with a lot of people, it's both. They're sight enhanced and they have a crazy pump. So then, nothing happens.
Yeah. They're always at maximum flex.
But yeah.
Let's move over to the peptides you want to talk about.
Yeah, so
modernaminos.com, code Leo.
Well, the two big ones right now that are most popular that are new is the retatrutide and the SLP 331 or whatever it is.
SLUPP 332, yeah.
And I don't take retatrutide because I don't need it. I'm not trying to lose weight. But have a couple competitors that have used it, and even I have just a regular gym guy that's using it, and it definitely makes a huge difference as far as not only controlling their appetite, but it seems like it helps burn fat.
I mean, it makes you more efficient at using carbs and fats, so metabolizing them. But it's very important to keep the sweet spot so you don't mess up your gut and your bowel movement. So if you don't really need it, I would really be careful. I would always watch my gut and see and if I feel any weird thing or that I really stop digesting stuff, or there's no more bowel movement, I feel like I have a stone in my stomach, really, really be mindful about that. I don't know about many people. I don't know about any people at all that happened to, but I just talked to someone and he said he knew people. So maybe they also abuse it. I can't tell, but just saying, I just want to disclose all the information.
Well, what Nick Walker said he's doing is he's using the Dave Palumbo's Fiberlize twice a day.
You have to be careful though. You have to be careful with that.
You get inflamed even more.
Now, if you take too much fiber, it's also not good when you have when you already have something that slows down your digestion. So you want to have some fiber, but don't overdo it.
Well, he says it's
the same with
everything
fats.
moving through them.
You should not overeat fats. I would never go on a keto diet. That's a stupid idea. SLUPP and keto diet. Because the fats are really an issue with the digestion then as well. So
we talked about it on the last podcast, but I don't know if you follow the Gorilla Chemist, but he made a post saying that the new BioLongevity Labs is they're going to do 100 milligrams per capsule SLUPP.
100 milligrams.
100 milligrams.
Yeah. So right now it's 500 micrograms.
Yeah.
So one two capsules would be maybe a gram, a milligram.
Yeah.
100 milligrams. I know they gave animals a shit ton. But I think that's if you're doing that, you're an idiot. If you have great results on already 1 milligram or 2, and you want to take 100, really? I mean, come on.
I think he's just going off of the what the research was that they did on it, because the research was 4 milligrams per kilogram for the animal studies. But I talked to him about it, and he said that he noticed extreme fat loss on it. He did it for I want to say 7 weeks, and he said he got just shredded on it. So, but I'll be interested to see how.
What other effects did he have from it?
I didn't really get too deep. He was just kind of mentioning it in passing, but I'm probably the same blood work effects and stuff on that people notice.
Well, I've only been taking 2 pills, which is 500 micrograms.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Pre-workout 4 times a week. That's it. And my blood markers came back better.
Yeah.
And I do notice when I take it before training, I can't explain it exactly, but it does feel like I'm doing like a more of a cardio. Like my breathing is a little bit different.
Yeah, he did mention that he said it was like cardio, like his cardio was actually way better when he was on it.
But
yeah, that's what it's supposed to do. So that's right. And but going to the blood work, Larry, what did your blood work show?
my just certain levels were like my hematocrit and hemoglobin they're always high, but they were a little bit lower than normal. My liver enzymes are always high, and they were still a little bit high, but they were way lower than before.
Lipids?
My lipids are generally pretty good, but there's been a few times recently where my triglycerides were high for what reason, I don't know. And then this time they were like 149. My cholesterol is always pretty low, so that's never really been an issue. Just overall, it just looked like everything was more in normal range.
Yeah, for me also the kidney markers improved. So yeah,
I've never had bad kidney markers, so I didn't.
Mine wasn't bad,
but I'll tell you what was interesting. I trained legs on a Sunday night hard, and I went Monday morning to get the blood draw. And the only reason I did that is because I had an appointment with an endocrinologist the following week, and I had to get. I was intending to get it the Friday before, but I didn't get. Something came up, and I didn't get in there to do it. So I had to go get the blood draw in time for it to be ready for my appointment. And I fully expected, things to be off, especially like liver enzymes to be higher and just certain things to be way higher because of the training legs the night before.
Yeah.
But they were actually lower than
it's insane.
Lower
Imagine
than normal.
Imagine your numbers if you hadn't trained legs before.
Right.
So
yeah,
it's pretty, and it's with everyone. It's with everyone the same. Like my hematocrit was down, my creatinine went down like 0.25, no, even more, 0.35, 154, 54 it was, and then it was 119, I think something like that. I post about it all the time. Like so many markers came down, like so much. And that was for me, that was even after 2 shows. Like I tested 1 week after 2 shows. So that was to me like the revelation of the century, to be honest. I've never taken anything that had that much of a significance for blood work improvement. It's like you can combine all the supplements on the planet and you won't get close. So that to me is crazy, and I think it's very promising also for when you think about just the health of the average American. They have horrible lipids, and I just hope they don't just take it and then live their shitty lives, so, just as a patch. But I think it's very promising. I know Bobby Kennedy's looking into it, so he's very interested in all the peptides. And I hope they're going to do some legit research and not some, crazy overdosing and then claiming, oh, it has some side effects. Yeah. And then the retatrutide, I feel it has probably more potential to have side effects. And the sloop, I think even when you like kind of overdose it, when the recommendation, let's say, would be 500 micrograms and people take 2, that nothing will happen. But if people overdose retatrutide, there's more of a scenario where you get bad diarrhea or some stomach issues. So I feel SLUPP so far seems very, very, very safe. So I see that, I don't know, at some point, if there's not an agenda against it being a legit pharmaceutical.
Now, here's a question for you, and this is something that I've been kicking around in my head. How do you think retatrutide would work if you're using insulin? Combining those.
I wouldn't do it.
I mean, the thing when you use insulin, you will probably want to eat a lot, but it should work well because it's going to make you more insulin sensitive.
I think you have a high potential to go hypoglycemic because
Yeah,
the
that can be
retatrutide is going to slow down your digestion, so you're going to have glucose flowing into your GI tract slower. So I think you have a high potential to go hypo, and then on top of that, like you said, it increases insulin sensitivity. So therefore, if you did use it, you would want to use less. But I actually know a girl that was doing insulin and retatrutide, and she went like really hypo because she did them like at the same time because she was just kind of in a rush. And then maybe if you have like a gap between them, it might be better. But yeah, I think it's just kind of like maybe do one or the other. I don't know, because I guess they were designed for diabetes people, so diabetics. So.
I think it depends a bit if you are on a lot of GH, because then you could basically normalize your natural insulin sensitivity because you counteract with the retatrutide, but you will obviously in that scenario when you use insulin, you probably want to gain muscle, so you would microdose anyways because you want to eat and you want to digest. So yeah.
Do you do?
I wouldn't say it's like, oh, it totally makes sense. I would say yeah, it's possible, but I wouldn't say like, oh, that's like very synergistic.
Well, I was thinking like, what if you lowered your insulin dosage?
Yeah, exactly. You can take less insulin and probably have quite the same effect. But you probably also would have because you probably can't eat as much. So.
Well, from everybody that I know that's taking it, they say they still can eat. They're just not craving junk.
Yeah, it really depends.
I would say
it really depends on the dose and the person. I can eat. I can digest. I don't really realize that my digestion slows down or so. Not really. But yeah, it definitely should. I'm not as hungry, but I've never been a really hungry guy. So for me, I took it more for the insulin sensitivity, to be honest. To just keep that great and not like fall asleep or so, just to keep it low, like other people use berberine and metformin, and I'm like just microdose that and see what it does. And if you microdose it, you can have a good effect on that and on fatty liver and some blood markers, and then so you have the good effects.
Well, talking about that, would you use it in an off-season scenario to control insulin sensitivity a little bit better? Because typically that's when bodybuilders, specifically their insulin sensitivity goes to trash in their off-season because they're just trying to shovel in such high carbs and then so much insulin and so much HGH and so much kind of extra things. So you could maybe apply it.
If it doesn't mess up your ability to digest and eat because you find a good sweet spot, microdosing it makes a lot of sense. That's very individual. You got to find out for yourself. If you, let's say, take 1 milligram a week, and they say you just have to take it once a week, but we know with everything, rather take it twice and take half because it's going to be more stable. Once a week that's for people that, the average guy.
Yeah,
they don't care. They're like,
people don't like doing injections.
The doctor says once a week, but most of so rather do it twice. But yeah, so 1 milligram could be very good for some people. It depends really just on how your gut reacts. If your gut almost shows no negative reaction, absolutely makes sense.
Well, I had a guy pre-contest. He was doing 2 milligrams twice a week. And now that the show's over, I mean, this is a guy that he was too fat going into it. And he tends to put on fat really easily. So I don't want him to blow up. So now post-show, he's just doing 1 milligram twice a week. And that's working.
Good. And yeah, just keep check on his digestion, and if
Yeah, I mean,
that goes
he's still
south,
having
you have
the.
to take it out.
He's still not craving junk, but he's eating a good amount of like clean food.
Could you
Good,
see any
yeah.
benefit to microdosing even further down? Say you're doing, 2 milligrams, just go down to like a quarter milligram a day and just do it every day.
I mean, I just said 1 milligram a week. I don't know if less does anything. You can try, but I don't think so.
But why?
I mean,
why? If it lasts for a whole week, why do you need to do it every day? What would be the benefit?
I mean, we've found that testosterone injected daily, even longer esters are a lot more stable at daily doses instead of single dose weekly.
Yeah, but that's because of the whole ester thing. But there's no ester involved in this. It's just how long it works for.
Yeah, but
I still think that
if it's the question is, if you inject something once a week, it actually has to last for at least 2 weeks, because otherwise it's going to be
half-life.
1 week. 1 week.
Yeah.
No, I think twice a week would be
So
better.
you
But I'm saying I don't know about doing it every day, if that's going to make a difference.
Yeah, maybe not every day, every 3 days or something, every 3.5 days. That might be. I don't know exactly the half-life, and if it's like really, if the release is really linear or if it's spiky. I haven't seen any data on that. Maybe there is some. I don't know. I just you want to be safe, just do it more often. That's all. Like if you inject the same amount, why not? Unless you have a problem with it somehow. But it's definitely going to have lesser side effects if you have a more stable level. 100%.
I mean, I've heard of like coaches. I mean, like some coaches chats and stuff, and they're talking about doing even more frequent, like every other day or every day dosing. Especially if you start getting up to like the higher doses. They're saying that if you're doing like 4 milligrams a week, that doing quarter or like a half a milligram a day, instead of having like that bolus on like every day where you have like a crash on your appetite, and then you have a crash on your appetite, and then it kind of like comes back toward the end of the week, and then a crash on your appetite. If you're doing like a big bolus 4 milligram dose once a week.
Well,
as you creep up the dose, it's more frequency is going to be better. Even
I use a long-acting basal insulin, which is basically like Lantus, and I only use like either 15 or 20 IUs per day, and I've tried doing it twice a day, and I found like once a day is fine. But anyways, it keeps my A1C within normal range, and my A1C was creeping up with the GH, and that keeps it in normal range. And the other thing it does is it helps my Crohn's, like for real. Like when I don't take it, and I eat a bunch of carbs or whatever food late, I'm running to the restroom like all night long. And if I take that, I'm not. So I'm definitely like digesting and using my food better. And then I was thinking, with retatrutide, it could increase insulin sensitivity, but then I don't want to screw up my digestion or go hypo with the whole thing.
Yeah.
So I think you'd have to like lower if you added the retatrutide, I think I'd have to lower the amount of insulin.
Probably.
I mean, if you take like, let's say only half a milligram a week, you could do an experiment. I mean, half a milligram, maybe you don't even have to lower the insulin.
Yeah.
Have some gummy bears with you, whatever.
Interesting thing on my blood work, my vitamin D was really low for a while, and I was taking 10,000 units a day, and it was still on the low end of normal. And I don't know if you remember, but we did a podcast a while ago on that vitamin K, the concentrated K supplement, with the doctor from that. and he told me to double my dose of vitamin D. So I started a few months back doubling my dose from vitamin D from 10,000 a day to 10,000 twice a day, which is 20,000 a day. And on my last blood work, it came back at, I think it was 80, which is like the high end of normal.
Yeah, that's very high. I think over 50 is good already.
I think range is like 50 to 100 is normal range.
Yeah. But I was at 10,000. I was still at like, I think I was like at 20 something. And then when I went
a long time to bring up. I was doing it for a while. I did 5,000 for like 6 months, and I came back and my blood work was still deficient. I was like 35. And then I went up to like 10,000, and then I ended up taking 2 different supplements. One had it as like a multivitamin. It had 2,500 IUs, and then I started doing 10,000, and finally it came up to like I think it was like 55, 60, something like that. But it took like, it's something that doesn't just come up. It's like, it takes like a long time taking it to come up.
Well, I've been on the 20,000 for probably 6 months now. And the first blood work, it came back at like 80 instead of like 20 or something.
That sounds
Are you not much in the sun, or?
He's a vampire.
Not really, because even though I live in the sun, it's like I run from home to the gym, which is underground.
Yeah.
So I'm not as much in the sun as you'd think.
You have to camp in front of the entry. Like 20 minutes at noon, and eat your meal at noon. 20 minutes. You say hi to everyone who's walking in, or walking by. You give them some flyers.
Sit out on the parking lot.
You're making some business right there.
But
I kind of don't get much sun, so I would walk the dogs with my shirt off when I would like walk them around the neighborhood.
I had to reorder concentrated K because we sold out of it. So I called the guy up last night to reorder, and I was talking to him, and he coaches these Olympic athletes, and he's got like some top Olympic athletes. I don't remember their names right now, pole vaulters and different things. And these are like top in the world Olympic athletes. And he has them on like a whole spectrum of vitamins with the concentrated K and the vitamin D. And so just regular, but high dosages of certain vitamins and amino acids. And they get like amazing results. And he said they've done tests with them where they've gone off of these supplement combinations, and that their recovery drastically went down. And when they're on these supplement combinations, it went drastically up. But I've been using their concentrated K for like 5 years now. So I told him, it's hard for me to tell I assume it's good, but I don't see changes because I haven't been on it now for like 5 years. But I think the best combination is,
you take the vitamin K and you take the vitamin D with it, and then some fat. Maybe take your fish oil with it, and then that works synergistic because you need some fats to absorb. Or take it with a fatty meal. That's also important.
Well, I take it morning and night, and I always take it with a krill oil and a fish oil with it as well.
Yeah, great.
I take all mine in one. I take the vitamin D, vitamin K, and it has iodine in it. It's from Life Extension. It's like a mix of the three.
Well, have you seen the Ultra K that we have? It's a combination. It's got two products. One is a concentrated K, which is like a super high dosage of K, like way past any other supplement brand. And then he has the Ultra K, which is a combination of vitamin D and vitamin K. And it's still higher doses than other stuff. And I've compared it to like other stuff on the market, and they're not even close. Just the amount that's in it. So, and I think the amount of vitamin K that's in most of the supplement lines out there, like even the HD Muscle Vitamin K, it's just not enough. It doesn't have enough in it. This stuff is like 10 times the doses of a regular vitamin K supplement. And he had me increase I upped my dosage from 1 capsule a day to 1 capsule twice a day. And I think it did make a difference. So I just mentioned that because we were just talking about it last night. And
like I said, vitamin D is one of those that's really, it takes like a long time. It takes probably like 3 or 4 months to get like a noticeable change on it when you start a higher regimen. And maybe you just like finally took a higher amount for long enough that it came up.
Yeah. But those supplements, whatever I'm doing, it's working.
Yeah.
And it's hard to say.
Good.
You know, I also take the HD muscle liver formula and the HD muscle kidney formula as well. And I take it just like, you know, because it's supposed to be good for you.
Mm.
But I think it definitely does help as far as, you know, having better blood work and not killing your liver with everything else that you might be doing. Because my liver enzymes did go down drastically from before. They're still a little bit elevated, but not like they're like barely elevated. Whereas I've had them in the past where they were way elevated.
Oh, that's good.
Any other peptides? I mean, I'm still using the BPC and TB500. You know, I still use that on my shoulder. I think I've been using it almost forever. I know some people say it's not good to take it all the time, but I just do.
Tesamorelin has been really getting a lot of extra notoriety lately. I guess all these peptide HRT clinics are starting to really pump the tesamorelin and CJC. It's just kind of interesting to me that maybe just because the growth hormone's a little bit more scarce, so that people are just able to order that on these peptide websites and get it through these clinics and stuff.
I think they're just trying to push
tesamorelin. Yeah, tesamorelin is FDA approved. I guess that's the reason.
Oh, is that why?
Yeah, so that's the most expensive one on the peptide.
Did it recently just get approval?
Yeah, a little longer.
Wow.
Probably like a year or so at least, I would say.
I've tried all those things, and honestly, it doesn't compare to just taking GH. Not even close.
I agree.
Well, I think that it's just HGH is a lot more expensive and more hard to come by. So I think it's just getting a lot more notoriety from that.
Really, I think it's
just saying what I'm noticing with a lot of coaches.
Way cheap. GH is way cheaper, bro.
Yeah.
Tesamorelin is so expensive.
Yeah.
Dude, you pay like 10 milligrams, you pay like, I don't know, $80.
Yeah, I don't know the dosing on how far.
It lasts you 5 days.
Geez, that is expensive.
Yeah. And you get like, I don't know, 2 unit worth of it. I don't think that's a good deal.
Yeah.
I don't think that's
I never have really tried these mimetic growth hormone mimetics. I've never.
When they first came out with them years ago, I took all of them.
Yeah.
And honestly, they didn't do shit.
Yeah.
I took the IGF DAS and the IGF LR3.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you something.
Those. I didn't notice anything from the.
I have taken. One time back in when I was training with Nasser, I took the real IGF that I got from somewhere overseas. I think I got it from China or wherever I got it from. It wasn't Increlex, but it was some IGF that I sourced from somewhere, and it was legit. And that stuff was really like too strong. It was like crazy. I got crazy pumped overnight, and it actually fucked up my digestion within 3 days. That's how strong it was. I was probably taking way too much of it because I didn't know how much to take. But anyways, the other stuff that from the peptide companies, this LR3 and the DES, man, I took that over and over again, and I didn't see shit from that. Ever.
Yeah. I had a client hit me up wanting to take it, and I tried to say, like, man, I really think that either those are fake or it just is a product that doesn't translate.
Well, just from my experience, that one time I had taken a real IGF, and it was like an overnight drastic difference. Like I had like a full body pump like within the next day. Like my whole body was pumped and I was vascular as hell.
Yeah.
But then it screwed up my digestion within 3 days. Like I couldn't digest my food because I was just eating so much. But then the other stuff from the peptide companies back then, it didn't do anything like that. Nothing even happened.
Yeah, I feel the
so
same.
I think some of these peptides probably are fake. I think there's some real stuff, and then
I mean, maybe just IGF. I don't know. Maybe it's just not what people think it is. I mean, maybe you were using like some other like form of it when you were using the Increlex or something like that.
No, I think it was real IGF, and versus whatever they're selling from these peptide companies, it's not. I think it's just, which I'm not sure why. Maybe they just don't. I just know the effects were just completely different.
I mean, I'm sure that people have tested it. They probably blood labbed it where they took it and they did a serum IGF test, and it's probably shot up. But I mean, maybe it's, I don't know. Maybe it somehow mimics it and it doesn't actually, it's not real in your system, or only know.
And the IGF LR3, I know at least from Beyond Peptides, I know it 100,000% because I'm buddies with the owner. He's also here in Vegas right now. He tests everything.
Yeah.
And he takes that stuff himself. Why would he, fake it and take it? I mean, he would be a good liar, maybe. But
okay, but does it get results? Does he see a change? Anybody see a change?
It's a different mechanism. Maybe that's why the results are not like an Increlex. It's a longer acting. But I don't know. It's
I just never saw that stuff. I've heard real Increlex.
I'm not the biggest fan of it, but
Anything else on the peptide version? Besides those two, I think those are the two hot things right now.
I agree.
I wanted to ask you. Someone was asking me about MOTS-C, and
it's interesting. I'm using it right now. It just started up because I felt for my first prep, I also used it, and I felt that my energy was just better. My overall energy, I wasn't that sluggish, and that's super nice in a prep when you're not like feeling like, oh, I don't want to get up. So that's what I personally felt. But so I'm taking 15 milligrams a week. So that's not really cheap, but I think if you take under 10, it's not worth it.
Okay.
I think a bottle of 10 might be like $40, but now I know Modern Aminos is even selling 30 milligram bottles. I think because they just realized that people need that much, and it makes just more sense, and then you can have it a little cheaper per milligram. So yeah.
So do you think it works?
Yes, I think
because they were saying that it somehow burns visceral fat. I don't know how they come up with that.
They said that with a lot of things. It's like, I think maybe it can be because you inject it there and it works locally first. Actually that happens with some peptides. But yes, it burns visceral fat, but so I'm confusing visceral fat with stomach fat. So inside. That's, I mean, if you lose weight and you have high visceral fat, usually you lose some visceral fat just by eating less. Yeah. And then you can say, well, retatrutide burns visceral fat, blah, blah, burns visceral fat. Well, if you just burn fat without retatrutide and you just diet down 30 pounds, you probably have some less visceral fat. So diet burns visceral fat. Cool.
What about the GHA? What is it?
GHKCU. Yeah, so that's an interesting compound for skin and also skin elasticity and recovery. And I want to try that because I got some zits again, freaking hormone zits, and I can't use. Is that?
What is it?
Yeah, it's a high dosage, and I've got a whole box, and I've had it for like 6 months, and I haven't messed with it because I don't exactly know what to do with it. But a friend of mine asked me for it, female bodybuilding competitor, so I was able to get it.
I know a bunch of guys that I see they order GHKCU, and then when I ask them, it's like, yeah, it's for my wife, you know. But it's also good for men, especially when you're a bodybuilder that's all like bouncing up and down in weight. You know, you always stretch your skin and get it back. So it's not only for looking younger, it also helps with the elasticity. And you know, maybe that's the new thing for like cellulite. I don't know, but we'll
It's
see.
supposed to do something
I don't have enough.
Increase collagen.
Yeah. So on paper, it does all these things. How it's going to work out, I don't have enough data. I don't have enough reviews to tell you something like, yeah, like I know people that keep buying it, but yeah, I mean, and I see from my sales, because I can look into the sales, what's my customers or what the people that use my account are buying, and they keep buying it. So they either just keep believing in it or it really works. I'm gonna try it out and see. But for now, I'm not gonna sit here and say, yeah, it really does that. You know, on paper, a lot of things do a lot of things.
I've heard good things about the GHKCU.
Yeah, I have not heard bad things. That's true. Yeah. Also for hair growth, it should be pretty good. So
I noticed
go ahead, Larry.
On one of these peptide sites, they're selling the methylene blue, and you mentioned you were using that, and what did you see from that or anything?
Oh, dude, I barely used it. I had one bottle, and I was just like taking, how much was I taking? 3 or 4 capsules. That was like 20. Is it micrograms or milligrams? I don't even remember.
I think it's milligrams.
You know, maybe I felt a little more focused. Maybe it was more the placebo from thinking I would.
Yeah.
But I can't give like a definite statement that this is amazing. I can't tell. I know a lot of people that say, and I know it's supposed to, you know, help with delivering oxygen to the brain. So in that regard, it makes total sense. But
I noticed
like
it's more popular.
Yeah.
It's more popular in just like, you know, like celebrity culture circles than it is with bodybuilders.
Yeah.
Like they all saw RFK with the blue liquid probably, and then they're like, eh.
Well, Joe Rogan's been talking about it, and you know, and there's all these people saying like it cures cancer and does this, that, and all kinds of things.
I mean, I hope, but yeah, I don't know.
I tend to when the celebrities talk, I tend to discard everything that they say because I they don't really know shit about anything. They're just like
Celebrities seem to be like 5 steps behind the bodybuilding community on like what we're doing, the dosing, we're doing the newest things on the market, and then we figure out like, oh, this thing didn't work, and then maybe like a year later someone's hitting me up like, hey, have you heard of like growth hormone protein or something like that? And I'm like, is it a pyramid scheme? Like, are you doing MLM or something? But yeah, the celebrity and like the kind of, you know, we're in LA, so I'm in connection with all these like wealthy people, and they kind of get like some marketing thing that they hear about, and they're like, yeah, this new like methylene blue. I'm like, man, we got off that like 3 years ago.
Well, I grew up in LA, and I'll just tell you, for people that don't know, I grew up around like all that shit, Hollywood and everything. And people in the movie industry, that whole industry, are the most full of shit people on the fucking planet.
Yeah.
They'll promote anything. I remember I was working at a gym, a Gold's Gym, as a trainer, and this guy's like, I have this really big opportunity for you. You have to come and, you know, see this. It's going to be life-changing for you and all this crap, right? So I go to this. He lives in a big mansion up in, what is that? Like near Thousand Oaks, one of these gated communities. And he makes me a protein shake. and I'm drinking it. It tastes like really good, like too good. And I said,
Like
can
in
I
sugar.
can I see the bottle? And
Full of sugar.
he hands it to me. And the first thing I do is I look at the ingredient label, and the first ingredient is fructose.
Uh-huh.
And he sees me looking at the ingredient. He goes, "You can't think like that." I'm like, "What do you mean?" He goes, "You can't think like that." And I'm like, "This is just fucking sugar. It hardly has any protein in it." And you know what it was? It was what is that multi-level vitamin marketing thing? Herbalife.
Yeah.
I knew it. I just wanted to say it. It was
Herbalife is like the biggest scam on the planet,
Yes,
and it's like one of the
crap.
biggest supplement multi-level things, and it's super popular with these movie industry and rich people.
Yeah.
And it's the most biggest scam ever.
Yeah, it's MLM too, like I was talking about.
Yeah, it's MLM, and it's just totally shitty products that are like the worst thing you could take. That are
they're not terribly bad, but they just use the like if you get a protein, they just use like whey concentrate, like the cheapest protein, which is like, yeah, if you're low on protein and you take a shake, or if you're eating too much and you just do a shake instead of that meal, like, yeah, it's going to be helpful. But like in the bodybuilding, we've been like, oh yeah, we've been off that for 20 years. Now we do like whey protein isolate shakes and you know,
Herbalife would have been good in the 80s.
Yeah, I'm telling you, the first ingredient on their protein is fructose.
Yeah, they're 40 years behind on technology.
Yeah. And then you remember Juice Plus?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was the same shit. And I'm still kind of like, bro, Dave Palumbo. He made.
I don't know what's wrong with Juice Plus. I didn't hear about this scandal.
It's the same multi-level marketing shit, and they like, oh, this is the best vitamin shit ever. Like, it's gonna make you so healthy. There's these extracts. It's not like just vitamins put in there. It's extracts from real fruit, and then you have like a few micrograms from some dried fruit in there, like as if that's gonna replace anything.
You know what?
You can't dry a whole apple into like 2 milligrams. It's fucking bullshit. And then you have like 2 milligrams dried apple in there and like 3 milligrams dried pineapple in there, and then it's kind of like a powdery, and then it's like Juice Plus, the next shit, and it's really the next shit. Does nothing.
I took what's that one that Greens product? Something one. Greens one or something like that. It's the one that Joe Rogan promotes.
AG1, that
AG1.
bullshit.
I liked it.
Such a crap.
I liked
it's
AG1.
So underdose, bro.
It was expensive, but I liked the flavoring on it. I like to I got up first thing, but it was like $70 a month. I got up first thing. I'd have that. I'd add some, like my other shit,
It's underdose. Look at it. You need 8 times the amount of some stuff. It's impossible to fit in there what needs needed.
Yeah.
And then you take eight servings a day.
Is there a Greens product you like, or is it just they're all kind of bullshit?
So the Greens product that I like are just I just like because they have some enzymes in it or something, like some bromelain and papain, and that's why I used to take a Greens product, but I only took the Greens product when it was for free. If it's not for free, I'm not taking that.
Yeah, I mean, I took it for a while. Now I'm sponsored by HD Muscle, so they just dropped the Greens product, so I got to order it. But when I was with Granite Supplements, they dropped a Greens product, and like I didn't like the flavoring on it. Like it was just kind of like it had like a fake sugar flavor. So I'm just kind of like sensitive to those fake sugar things. But the AG1, I can agree. Like it was just like an expensive thing, but I think it was like an okay product. Like I felt like I got decent amount of like vitamins on it. You don't think so? Yeah. I mean, I eat like pretty good also. I'm not just only using that as my greens. I eat like actual greens and stuff. So I was just using that as like an additional supplement to my
I mean, is it total bullshit? Like, yeah, you can add some vitamins with it, but it's like, well, you pay $70 and you could get, like something that would be 5 times that product.
I agree.
Or less.
I mean, I think that like
So
I think Costco has one. I was just there yesterday and I saw they had like some greens thing, and I was gonna like check it out.
I use that.
I like using a greens product. I think that they have like some validity instead of just using like a hard pressed pill or like a multivitamin. I think it's better than that. But I don't think it's like ubiquitous of like the best thing, but I just think that like it can add some if you're not paying out the ass for it. Like
I actually do use the Costco one, and
Yeah.
it's pretty cheap, and it's dosed pretty well with the vitamins. And the main reason I use it is just because of the Crohn's. I can't eat a lot of vegetables. If I eat too much fiber, I'm just shitting my brains out. So I just use that as a supplement, along with every other vitamin.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look into it. Like I agree with Luke. Like it's not total bullshit, you know. Otherwise, I wouldn't have ordered it. Like Blackstone had one, and they had some good ingredients in there. But I wasn't like didn't have the idea that this is gonna replace.
Yeah, it's not a panacea.
Yeah.
Like it's not gonna fix all your deficiencies. But I think that as a like, I liked it because of like the ritual of it. You know, I would like set my alarm. I'd like, all right, I got to get my day started. I'd go and I would like start with that, and it kind of tasted all right. It tastes like chlorophyll and has this like a slight chocolatey flavor. And I would add in, I can't remember what I added in, like glutamine. I would add glutamine. And then
what I do every morning? I have like a third of a shaker, and then I put some of Jay Cutler's liquid L-carnitine in there, sour gummy.
Yeah.
Because that's going to come out at like 3 grams or so. And
Nice.
if you absorb 15%, you add 450 milligrams. So that's cool. Then I put in taurine, and then I put in some L-tyrosine for thyroid, and creatine. And the taurine has also a little flavor. So, and that's what I swallow down my complete health supplement from Pro Subs from Jeff Long. Awesome supplement. So that's an all-in-one. That's actually a real good supplement. But that's about $100 a month. But there's everything in one. So I'm not, how awesome that is? Not to have to be like,
piece it together.
And this bottle, and this bottle. You like, so yeah. And then I
Which
take
supplement
that.
is
The only thing I take, excuse me?
Which supplement was that? The Leica Pro one that you
It's
take?
called Complete Health version 3 from Leica Pro Subs.
Is it a greens or like just a?
No, it's so it's crazy. It has 200 milligrams ubiquinol, a gram of NAC. It has.
So it's just like those supplements that isn't normally in a multivitamin supplement.
Yeah, it has astragalus.
Okay.
It also has all vitamins. It has what's it called? Not berberine, not bromelain.
Chromoline,
It's good for blood pressure. It's good for
like citrus
sugar.
bergamot. Citrus bergamot.
Yes, citrus bergamot. Good man. We're playing this. What's this game called? Where you have to
Charades.
Yeah, so it has every supplement that I used to just buy by itself, and now I just take that one. So that's awesome. And it's so cool when you travel too. You take just that one supplement with you. You don't have to take like the whole freaking world with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the only thing I take. On top of that is I take nattokinase. I think like 12,000 units, like 6 capsules.
That's a hard one, right?
And telmisartan I take at night.
What dose do you take? 40 milligrams?
I just take 80.
Okay.
Because that stuff it's actually even good for endurance.
How much does it lower your blood pressure?
You know what? I can't even tell. I almost never measure my blood pressure. I know when it's high because I feel it. And now I have a prescription. I just keep taking it. I'm prescribed that.
Did you originally take it for high blood pressure?
Yes, but I never really had high blood pressure.
Yeah.
So then why do you take it?
It's kidney protection.
Because and it was like 80 to 130, 125. And I'm like, a little lower, be on the safer side. And as far as I know, telmisartan is like totally side effect free, and it even has some good effects. So I'm like, dude, there you go.
I would use it if I had an issue, but like I've never in my life had high blood pressure. It's always been perfect.
Yeah.
So I don't see any reason to take it if there's no thing to take it for.
I had I had blood pressure one time when I started taking something. I was like 350 milligrams of test or so, but no AI. And my first off season on testosterone, no AI, and I felt like my eyes were popping out.
Like a water
I was
bubble.
so full of water. I was like, oh, it was not nice. Jesus. And for some reason, you know, the body changes and it gets more used to things.
Mhm.
And now my estrogen, I'm still sensitive, but not even close to back then.
Yeah.
That was crazy. 350, and I gained like 5 kilos of water.
Gallons of water.
I was just like Michelin man.
I'll just tell you one last thing for this occurred to me. This is kind of like along the topic of peptides, but off. I just got hit up like 2 weeks ago. Someone sent me an email promoting this supplement line / peptides. And every product says peptides. And so I said, okay, well, first, I think the lady called me and I said, send me an email and let me look at your website and whatever you're selling, right? Because they wanted me to promote this stuff. And it's like one of the peptides was like something oligopeptide from olives. I mean, this is not peptides like what we're talking about. This is like something they got out of a fucking plant or something. And like, so they have a mineral supplement in those, you know, the little packets, the little like you flavor your drink, the little teeny packets.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a hydration supplement that they're selling, and all it is a bunch of minerals, literally nothing but minerals in there, and one little box with like 20 of these like little packets. They're selling like for $45, and there's nothing. It just takes some fucking pink salt.
Yeah,
I know that they do that too. Like, what's it called? It's basically flavored salt.
liquid IV and
Liquid IV is even worse
Element.
because liquid IV is also element. Liquid IV is even full of sugar, so that's even worse.
It's got 10 grams. It's not crazy.
Yeah, but 10 grams for one stick, I don't know. But the element has it's basically like it does not do anything more than freaking salt. I'll tell you.
They're pretty expensive. They're like I would say it's like $3 per packet. I like the flavoring on them, but I mean, I think that you're right. If you're like trying to, if you got extra money to run whatever, then
this product line, you could tell it was marketed to overweight women, the way they were marketing it. And it was super expensive. Everything was super expensive. There were no good ingredients in there. There was no actual peptide in there. I mean, there was probably a peptide that they took, like this says old little peptide from some fucking olives, which I don't know what that does, but it's not. I think they just use the word peptide to make it like, because it's.
I mean, if you have a peptide structure, that it could be a lot of things.
I know, but I'm sure there's peptides in like all kinds of tree bark. Probably has a peptide.
Yeah, exactly.
But they're using the peptide to like make it sound, catchy for the. This is basically promoted to people that have no idea about nutrition. They don't know anything about peptides. There's like overweight women that want to lose weight and will spend any amount of money on bullshit. Yeah. And she kept hitting me up, and I said, how do you feel? I wrote her back and I said, how do you feel knowing that you're scamming people out of their money selling shit products? Basically. And she wrote me back saying, oh, everything's been scientifically tested, this, that, and the other.
Yeah, tested that there's in there what's on there, but not that it does anything.
Yeah, right. The only reason I mention that because I mean, there's just people out there that they'll just sell shit, and they know it's shit, and they don't care. Yeah, it's just like they're out to make money, and they don't care. Like that's it.
Sometimes I get some rich clients, and they show me what they have in their cupboards, and I'm like, oh my god!
You're like, you need a coach.
It's insane. they have like whatever fucking stupid cinnamon powder for, I don't know, $80 a month, and I'm like, this is worth 3 cents and it doesn't help shit. And they have so much of that stuff. And then I tell them to get a bodybuilding supplement. They're like, no. Oh my fucking God. Like you like throwing the money, you flushing it down the toilet with this crap, but it looks nice and it looks like as if it comes from Whole Foods, you know.
It's worse. It's worse because my dad is 82, 80. He's going to be 82, but he like, you know, he watches all these like,
I'll take a piss, but I hear you.
He really loves YouTube. Like he's watching all these YouTube things, and he's got a bad prostate and he's got bad kidneys. So he's watching these things and they give him all kinds of targeted stuff. And he's like thinking he's like needs to buy, you know, like some kidney fix thing. And I'm like, Dad, like, let me get you some like bodybuilding supplements. Let me get you like the astragalus kidney stuff from HD Muscle. That's like the legit stuff. I mean, they're not buying some MLM YouTube marketed crap, you know?
Yeah, but you got to understand, in their head, if a bodybuilder takes it, it's bad because it's like drugs.
Yeah.
If some movie celebrity takes it, oh, it must be good for you.
Well, it's just that he you know, he's just old and he doesn't have, I think the.
No,
like,
I'm not saying your dad. I'm just saying.
Yeah, in
in
general. But he's just not as hep to like understanding that there's like scammers out there. I mean, you know, it's just they're taking advantage of people that are like, you know, they just want to get healthy, and then they you know, they're like taking advantage of these old people by putting in, like you said, just really crap. I mean, they're putting in like, you know, if they're making like a I don't know, like an example, but like they're making supplements and they're just like the lowest grade materials to get the job done. And like, yeah, like I was saying about the Nature's Life or whatever, like they just use the whey concentrate. Like it's just like the cheapest version of whey instead of like using like, and they're selling it for $80 for a 1 pound protein instead of just saying like, oh, you know what? We're going to make a superior product. We're going to put, you know, no sugar, no whatever, and we're going to put it in a whey isolate only. Like, yeah, we're going to charge this price, but like, we're just going to make quality stuff. But no, they're scammers. Like the whatever that MLM thing is, you said. Like,
and the average person, like, they don't know the difference. Whey protein is whey protein. They say, well, you know, I go to Costco and get this 5 pound thing for $35, or your 5 pound thing is $80.
Yeah.
And they don't even know how to read ingredients.
Yeah.
So they have no idea. Just one last thing. I had a recent meeting with my endocrinologist, and my testosterone, which I had just injected 2 days before my blood draw, was 1,000 nanograms per deciliter, which given my blood work was really good. I'm like, okay, that's good. Well, he said it's too high. I need to lower my dosage. Now, keep in mind, I've never met this guy in person. It's only telehealth. And he just was appointed to me like a year and a half ago. And he knows nothing about me at all. And he wrote in his report that he told me to lower my dosage and told me this, that, and the other. But I have a history of bodybuilding and steroid use. I've never talked to him about steroids or bodybuilding or any of that. So he just like threw that in there because he told me to lower my testosterone dosage from 200 milligrams a week to 150. And I'm like, no, I think it's fine. And because I wasn't listening to him, he threw that in the report. The point is, the general public, anything that has associated with bodybuilding, they look at it as bad. Yeah. Like we're just a bunch of idiot muscleheads that take drugs, and you know, everybody else is on a different page of health, which is like really not true, because I think
we push the envelope a lot of times on what we do, but also like we know kind of significantly more than even a lot of these doctors. Like I hear all the time about like somebody got put on 100 milligrams a week of Sustanon and they want the person to go into the clinic every 2 weeks to get an injection. And I'm like, that's wrong. Like, you're a fucking doctor, and that's what you're prescribing to somebody is 100 milligrams every other week of Sustanon. Like, you're just wrong. Like, you're trying to fix somebody's testosterone, and you're like crashing it.
Well, a lot of these people, they really had no idea. They, everything's from what they read in a book 40 years ago, and they don't have any idea what they're dealing with, what they're talking about, anything.
They think Sustanon is long acting because it has one long ester in there, and then it's a super steady release, and you can do it every.
I mean, I get the thought behind it, but it's just like we've in the industry that we're in, we've seen where it's just like, no, frequent dosing is going to be the best on, these injections, and then they don't want to let people do their own injections because of whatever reason, so they'll make them like come into the clinic to really awkward way.
There's a one reason for that, and this is why. Because walking in the clinic, you're going to pay for an office visit, some blood work, and whatever other fuck, you're going to end up paying $600 by the time you walk out of there.
Yeah.
For your 1 cc shot of testosterone. That's why they want you to come in.
True.
Well, no, that can't be, because then they would tell you to come in more often.
Yeah, but you can only take the certain dosage. So they're not going to have you come in every day and take, 10 milligrams. And personally, nobody's going to do that.
But they could. I never got why they don't just use undecanoate. Why don't they just use testosterone undecanoate? It's like it's obviously some financial thing, production thing. It's probably they're going to make less money on it. I don't know, but it just makes no sense.
I'll tell you probably a couple of reasons. Number one, these doctors only know about cypionate and anthate here in the United States. They don't even know what that is. So they don't even know where to start with it. Number two, they don't know the dosing protocol for it. They just don't know.
Yeah.
They don't know what
you would
it
do
is.
The same stuff, but now it would be correct.
Yeah,
you don't have to change anything. Just give undecanoate every 2 weeks, and that's somewhat stable.
The only problem I have with the undecanoate, and I've used it before, is it lasts in your system so long that if you want to adjust your dose,
it takes 3 weeks to get it out.
It's going to take months to figure out the dosage that you want to have the nanograms per deciliter.
Okay, but we're a doctor now. How are you going to figure out the right dose on one shot every 2 weeks? You're wrong every time you get blood work.
Yeah,
you're wrong every time because you.
No, I'm not saying they're right either. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm just saying they can't figure out the right dose anyways, and what they do.
No, you're talking two different things. I'm talking about reality, and you're talking about what doctors do. What doctors do
I'm
is
talking
not
about
necessarily
reality,
based on reality.
You're talking about if you self-apply. You're talking about self-application, and I'm talking about the doctors, because the doctors would test SIP every 2 weeks. Whatever they adjust is bullshit because they can't know.
Yeah.
Well, again, most of these people that are subscribing this stuff, they don't know half. They don't even know what they're talking about. I can't even tell you how many times I've gone rounds with endocrinologists, and it just blows my mind that they're an endocrinologist and they have no idea about certain things.
I know.
Yeah, that's what I was saying a few minutes ago, is that just an average gym juice head has as much experience with dosing testosterone TRT as a freaking half the endocrinologists out there. And yeah, they probably know a lot more on maybe other stuff, but the data that we've figured out in our industry of more frequent dosing to make more stable estrogen levels, the stuff that we figured out is just I get surprised when I hear that people are yeah, my endo gave me this thing, and then I'm
well, understand this. There's two different ways of learning something. One is doing it yourself.
Yeah.
And the other is reading books. They've never done this themselves. They just read it in a book, probably in medical school 20 years before. And they don't stay up to date on stuff.
Yeah, but they also didn't read enough books. They probably just read
I'm saying whatever they got in medical school, 20 years ago, they're still using that knowledge.
There's an phase like Primo. When you get it from the pharmacy, it tells you half-life 11 days. That's on it. That's bullshit.
Yeah,
But
it's like
it says
I think it's
that.
like 5 days is the active life on an
Yeah,
the
and
half-life
it
on.
says 11 days, and the half-life is already like, because there's a spike first, it's already not frequent enough. So you
Yeah.
want to be like, so it's like so off, and that's what these guys read. They don't. If they would read everything there is to read, they would figure it out too, because that's what we do. We read everything there is to read, and then we figured it out. And those guys, they read like one book, they take their stupid test, they never get through any more training, or they just get confirmed their fake knowledge from before. It's bad, yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Well,
Right.
we can keep going forever. I think we're good for today.
Yeah, I think we've covered enough stuff. Was there any questions that we missed in here?
nothing really important. Nothing really interesting.
We're good. Like, we're 1 hour 50. Let's go home.
All right.
All right, guys. Don't forget, like, subscribe. We had a couple people send me emails to my gym email address about things that they want to, talk about, and we did some of that. But obviously, you don't have to email me; just message us on Instagram. The links are in the description, and we'll be sure to cover those topics in upcoming podcasts.
Right on, guys.
All right.
Later.
Bye, guys.
I believe that the fires were cast upon, on the flames we shall become. I believe in a common calling.